the Pre-Weekend Roundup, a show where I give you some conversation topics of entertainment news, things that have happened during the week, so that you can hold an interesting conversation over the weekend. Let's get started. A sequel to the movie Freaky Friday, titled Freaky Friday 2, is rumored to officially be in the works. Both Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are rumored to be on board with the project. We don't know if this is going to be just another body swap movie between the two of them. Because I feel like if they just swap bodies again, that's not really Freaky Friday. That's more like, ugh, this again? Tuesday. While the writer's strike continues, the WGA has agreed not to picket outside of this year's broadcast of the Tony Awards. However, they will be performing on stage alongside the cast of Newsies. They did try to be in the ensemble of a show that came out this year, but they thought all the options seemed a little too corny.
I'm a happy man!
The Dungeons & Dragons movie, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, is officially streaming on Paramount+. Everyone who sees this movie is shocked by how much they like it, which is exactly how people feel after talking to someone who plays Dungeons & Dragons. Rumors have been flying that Taylor Swift and Matt Healy are now dating. The two were seen together at Taylor Swift's party at Electric Lady Studios the other night. So were Florence Welch, Kendrick Lamar, Gracie Abrams, Margaret Qualley, and so many others. Turns out Taylor's just in her planning great parties era. It's literally not even a joke, I just want to be invited.
What?
Economists suggest that Taylor Swift with the Eras Tour is going to be the highest grossing artist of the year. But Swifties didn't need math to figure that one out. That's something that we knew all too well.
How great is it to stay warm with Taylor Swift right there?
Oh, I love it. This blanket's so warm too, not even to give her promo, but yeah, she has good merch.
The Jonas Brothers released their newest album, titled The Album, on May 12th. Yes, the Jonas Brothers, a band of brothers, all from the family of the last name Jonas, released an album of songs titled The Album. What can we say? They call it like they see it. This album release comes shortly after the announcement of their tour, where they will perform every single song they've ever produced every single night of the tour. Turns out after the tour ends every night, it will in fact be the year 3000. Turns out Grease is the word once again in 2023. Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies is streaming now on Paramount+. I was lucky enough to sit down with one of the starring cast members, Alexis Sides, the other day. Here is a little bit of that interview, which you should definitely go and check out the rest of.
You sometimes have to separate yourself from some people, right? And it's not always easy, right? To take decisions that are going to separate you from people that have been part of your life for a long time. So, but you got to do what you got to do because it's your life in the end. It's what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
Welcome to the first ever segment of Geeking Out, a part of the show where I get to talk to you for a little bit of time about something that is going on in the entertainment industry, and it gets to get rambly, and we get to learn a lot, and it will be fun. Today, we are talking about the WGA writer's strike, what they are fighting for, why it is so important. So this is the second strike that we have seen in recent history. The last one was between 2007 and 2008. And now this one has just kicked off on May 1st. What that means for the entertainment industry is all screenwriting has come to a stop. People are not writing shows, movies, it is not happening. No one is in the offices, whatever structure that office takes. Shows, and if there's no shows being written, that also means there are no shows being produced. So of course, in the recent history, you're gonna see new episodes of shows that have already been like put together coming out, but anything that has not yet been written or is not yet in production will not be coming out anytime soon. So that's something we won't see the effects of until a little bit down the line. Hopefully we don't see the effects of it because the companies will settle. Yes, biased opinion, yay, go writer's strike. But the thing that they are fighting for in this strike are better pay, better residuals, better minimum wages, and also one of the most important and most interesting fights of this battle is the fight to regulate how involved AI is in script writing. Because it seems like in the past month alone, AI has flown off the charts in like a scary way. It seems like it can do anything. Like anyone who thought the robot apocalypse was coming, like we are a little bit closer to that than we were. So one of the major things that scriptwriters are fighting against is the idea that like major companies could actually go in and try to replace human writers with AI technology. So in that front, they're just seeking a little bit of regulation. And by a little bit, we kind of mean a lot, where it's like, hey, let's protect human jobs and not give it to the robots. Because you could really ask AI to write anything, but there's a certain level of just protecting human integrity, human jobs, human creativity. Another major difference between the strike that's happening today and when the strike happened back in 2007 is the rise of streaming services. Back in the day, Netflix was just kind of like an idea. It's like, hey, let's try out this thing. And it totally changed the way that like the television landscape was working previously. But now, Netflix and all these other streaming companies are media giants, but they're operating on agreements they made back when it was like, oh, you know what, we're gonna like try this out. And the writers were like, oh yeah, sure, like we'll try this out. And I'm really simplifying those there. I'm paraphrasing, if that was not clear to anyone. But also, these short-term shows are completely changing the way that residuals work for artists. They are changing the way that staffing rooms works, because a lot of Netflix shows, and like not Netflix specifically, but a lot of streaming services will staff mini rooms, which include fewer writers, and they will just have people break down the show, but it forces writers to work for like lower pay on more of a gig economy. So it kind of destroys the idea that being a writer is a legitimately sustainable career. Not to mention the fact that these companies are making oodles, and I mean oodles, oodles of money. They are making so much money. So for the writers to be arguing that these major corporations are making billions off of work that they are doing and not seeing any real money from is insane. So that is the basic overview of Carly's ramble version of the writer's strike. And yeah, go writers. We hope that these companies settle soon and give them everything they want. And that has been your pre-weekend roundup. Make sure to subscribe to us here on Enstarz. Check out our website where we post news stories to stay up to date during the week. Otherwise, I will see you back here for the next pre-weekend roundup. Take care.